All right, we're back. It is Thursday, 9:01, 1 minute. Kind of late, but we're okay. Welcome, everybody. Thank you to coming on the line to hear a little bit more about Nextel. I welcome all the managing reps, any of the customers who may be on tonight, and the guests as well. We are going to talk about Nextel, the wealth and wellness company. So let's set the stage. People are suffering from fibromyalgia, arthritis, multiple sclerosis, anxiety, insomnia, back pain, seizures. Come on. We all know somebody who suffers from at least one of these things. These people want relief. And I know if I were hurting that bad, I'd want relief too. If the doctors are prescribing pain pills, or they've been come to be known as opioids, to help ease the pain, and it happens a lot. It happens so much so that the industry takes in about $78.5 billion each year. Think about that. That's astonishing. $78.5 billion in opiates. So anyway, that's fueled an opioid addiction. And it's an epidemic that kills 115 Americans every day. Check it out. Don't believe me. I mean, I'm sure it moves every day, but 115 Americans every day because they're trying to get rid of pain and they're eating poison, okay? So why is this? Does it have to be this way? No, it does not. You get relief from an all-natural solution that'll bring balance and less pain to your body, and that solution is cannabidiol. We all call it affectionately CBD, and it's an extract. It's an extract from the hemp plant. You all try to say that fast. All right, an extract from the hemp plant. By the way, this is nothing new. The roots of CBD go back thousands of years, and its healing properties are well documented throughout history. We did a little symposium tour a while ago, and the history is fantastic. It'll need to be online soon, or I'm going to do it one night myself. But you got to know the history of this thing. But just start with a little overview of it. Back in the early 1900s, all right, the United States government, a few titans of industry, thought it was in their best interest to remove cannabis from its position as a method to treat physical disorders naturally and affordably. Oh, why should we let anything happen to happen naturally? Let's mess with it somehow. Excuse me. So what happened? They demonized it. They criminalized it. The collective result was a nation of citizens, still exists today, by the way, with unbalanced ecocannabinoid systems. And that results in the increase in inflammation associated with disease and pain. Anything that says itis means inflammation. It's everywhere, okay? Arthritis, dermatitis, gingivitis. For God's sakes, everybody's got inflammation because our endocannabinoid systems haven't been working well. The cannabinoid system, by the way, is responsible for influencing and stimulating homeostasis or balance in your immune and nervous system, each of which happens to be pretty powerful in their own right. But we had a little piece of the puzzle missing for a long time. And by the way, all along, CBD could have, and today we'll turn all of this around. Enter Nextel, our company. And we talk about ourselves as the wealth and wellness company. I'm going to tell you in a couple of minutes why. Because that's what we do. Right? That's what we do. We're gonna generate income for a whole lot of people based upon a powerful product that we all come to know as Nextel CBD. So during our overview tonight, we're going to explain how Nextel's story can be your story, and that's important. Come on, we can, each of us can own this. Let's do it. It's a story about the return of a natural, essential hemp oil called cannabidiol. And what's more powerful in my mind is the financial security that each of us can achieve through a unique and powerful business model. I know I've got a lot of friends on the call tonight, and I appreciate their support. My name is Bob Torsey for the guests who haven't heard me before. I'm with Nexel. I'm pleased to share this great news with you. I'm enthusiastic about the power of what we have, the power of the space, and I welcome anybody who wants to join us. Speaking about that, by the end of the presentation, everybody's going to understand what Nexel is and what do we do. You're also going to understand the therapeutic benefits of CBD and the financial benefits that now Nexel, as a company offers to you. And then, as always, you're going to be asked to make an informed decision to be a part of this lucrative business. So let's do it. What is Nexel and what do we do? Okay, Nexel, first and foremost. Interesting history. We're going to get there. Nexel is in the personal financial security business, which is driven by an awesome therapeutic product called cannabidiol. So let me say it again. Nexel is in the personal financial security business. If it weren't for CBD today, we may be selling fish oil or something else. Back in the day at Excel, we were selling long distance services. It was a way for people to make money by taking a wise advantage of the deregulation of a public utility combined with multi-level marketing. We're doing that now in the health and wellness space with CBD. So just bear with us. If you don't want to make any money, that's fine and dandy. Be our customer, be a managing representative. If you don't want to keep all the money, make a fortune and give it away. As a matter of fact, don't even give any of it away to me. There's a lot of people who need it. So think about the financial security that you would achieve when we're all successful. And we've got the ability to bless other people, not give it away, but to help other people in powerful ways. Nexel is headquartered in Austin, Texas. Our founder and CEO, Steve Smith, named the company. He was also the co-architect of the highly successful marketing phenomenon, Excel Communications. We were in the long-distance business, as I mentioned before. Let me tell you about that. Excel was a relationship marketing company that achieved $1.5 billion in revenue in just a few short years. And it was the youngest company publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And it reached $1 billion in sales faster than Microsoft did. I love to hear that. Everybody knows that. I get excited every time I say it. Microsoft, the monster. Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest guys on the planet. We beat him to $1 billion. Okay, well, we got to do it again. So hang in here. We'll tell you how we might do that. All right. The inspiring thing about this whole thing is that Nexel's business structure is the same as what we did at Excel, and that's the company that grew faster than Microsoft. So hang in here for a while. I think we're going to do just fine. We're doing okay. We're just going to have to start kicking butt here. Now, listen to this. With the reemergence of CBD, Steve Smith took action, giving Nexel a first mover advantage in the health and wellness space. Let me spend a minute on that. It takes some intestinal fortitude, guts, as we say, to take some action and create a first mover advantage. It's a great marketing term. But, when a window of opportunity opens, it's usually open for a while, so you can jump to it. You can probably drive an elephant to it. You can drive an elephant. But the fact of the matter is that the true entrepreneurs are the ones who have the vision, who say, we can do this, we've done it before, let's do it in the health and wellness space. And that's what Steve did. And when he was introduced to CBD, he's got his own story. I mean, it's helped him. It's helped so many people. Dave in Atlanta can't say enough about it, and I can't say enough about it either. It's changed my life as well. And I'm talking about a couple capsules and tincture and some staff. You got to be kidding me. This sounds too good to be true. Well, yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it does sound too good to be true. You got to try it. That's where we're going to go today. So anyway, Steve said, let's do this. Now, whenever you've got that vision and you jump into a space that is A, controlled by the government, B, influenced by big pharma and other special interest groups, the where we live, this is not an easy game to play. Now, when you're one of the first people on the block and you're out there trying to build a market, you will be confronted with lots of challenges. For each of us as managing reps, you're going to have your friends and family. They all love you to death. They're going to think you're nuts. They're going to tell you, why don't you get a real job? Like they told me when I got involved in Excel, sharing long distance benefits with people. And because of Steve and Kenny Trout and a whole lot of people that were involved, my family was blessed with some incredible wealth. And it's all not about the money. We'll talk about that later. So anyway, you get into an industry like this and you're ahead of the curve. There are so many products out there today. We've just got to be vocal enough to talk about ours, and I'm going to share that with you in a minute. But anyway, what Steve did when he decided to take that first mover advantage, he says, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to combine this CBD product line, an aggressive marketing plan, and a proven business model. He knows, he was the architect of one. And he says, I'm going to create an environment fertile enough to earn serious money through a simple act. And the simple act is to introduce Nexel CBD to everybody. Well, that isn't so simple. 17 billion people on the planet. Oh, by the way, I was listening to the news today, and I got to be apolitical on my business presentation. But this economy that everybody is talking about has spawned 987, I think that's the number, or 77 millionaires. No, 987,000 millionaires. Now, a lot of people have been working on it for a while. I know we're going to twist the numbers up a little bit, but that's pretty close to 1 billion people who have become wealthy during the last couple of years. All right. Now, why do I mention that? We're here. We're playing. I don't think that everybody aspires to be a millionaire or a billionaire. It won't hurt if it happens. I know. Many of us do. But here's the situation. If that many people, of course, the world's a big place, are becoming millionaires, why, in the wealthiest country in the world, the fastest growing economy in the world, can't regular folks like you and I put on our big boy and big girl pants, go out and kick some butt, and succeed by spreading the good news of something that we have been without for a long time? That, to me, sounds like a business model made in heaven. And that's what we're talking about tonight. When you get involved with the Nexel, you're going to be a part of a team. Just, we don't send you out there and sit around looking at yourself every day. Your team is your sponsor, the person that invited you to it, and all the others in your organization that got involved with the company before you did. And each one of those people, each one of them, listen to me, are responsible to help you succeed. I've told this to Steve a few times, more than once. He probably goes, yeah, I already heard that story. I love what I do. And on Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday and umpteen times during the week, I'm talking to people about what I do. And here's the thing. We're in the right place at the right time. We cannot be wrong. There is nothing wrong with where we are or what we're doing. Our responsibility is to tell everybody that they've got to take a look at this. If they're unhappy at their current job because of the pay, then supplement it with an alternative income. If they're a doctor making $300,000 or $400,000 a year with a practice in the Midwest, and they're saying, this is really great. I love medicine, but I'm working my tail off. Well, they haven't really understood leverage yet. Every doctor ought to have 10 doctors working for them. They wouldn't have to work so hard. That's what we're doing tonight. And everybody has to have a team if you're going to work on leverage. When you get involved in the business, you're going to get your own website. You got all the great things that most companies have. Ours is exceptional. You're going to get training online. We're going to have our weekly calls. This is evidence of them. And you're going to hear a lot from your leadership team. You're going to get support materials, and we're going to have to grow the business. Now, you can also buy up to 4 CBD products that, for your own personal use at the highest volume discount price. That's a great advantage of being a managing rep. If you don't do anything, for God's sakes, just pay the fee. We'll talk about it in a minute. And you can buy 4 products. You probably use 2. You can probably sell 2. Oh, by the way, if you do that, you're going to get all your money back. All right, so hang in. Let's move to this superior product line that we talk about. I introduced this term called stipulate. Stipulate means that we're gonna call this a fact. Agree with us. You can push back some other time. That's fine and dandy. Today we're going to stipulate that there is no finer CBD product on the market today. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on what CBD is and what it does and yada yada. We'll get close. But I want to talk to you about this. CBD's legal in all 50 states. Some people question that. There's confusion about that. We're waiting for the Farm Bill. There are more reasons to push back and get confused and sit back and wait for things to be right than you can imagine. And the true entrepreneurs, once again, jump into your pants and get out in the marketplace and start talking about this as a visionary, as someone who's convinced. And the only way that you're going to be convinced is to be a product of the product. I'll get there shortly. So you know these names: Forbes, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, Wall Street Journal. They all report that the growth in the legal cannabis market, ours is obviously the legal cannabis market. There is legal recreational marijuana. That's not where we play. And there's obviously illegal cannabis as well. That's the underground market. That's all going to change, my friends. Believe me. Listen to what happens here. So anyway, everybody's talking about the market being a phenomenal opportunity. The U.S. CBD consumer sales, all right, that's what you and everybody else is buying, is $512.7 million. That's a lot of anything, right? And it's forecast to grow to $2.2 billion by 2020. 2020 is like the day after Monday, isn't it? I mean, that's how close it is. Time flies. 2.2 billion by 2020. The global market. Let's talk about the globe right now. We're playing in our own backyard. This thing's going to grow. Mexico's open now. Yeah, I mean, you just watch. Talk about the window of opportunity. Don't be sitting around waiting for this, for God's sakes. Get over the whining and the complaints and the mistakes and the challenges. That is a part of being an entrepreneur, forming a company, being a part of it, and being successful. It is not painless. I know. I remember 25 years ago, things weren't rosy at Excel, and over a period of time, you couldn't stop the thing. Yeah, billion and a half dollar company. Everybody's going, I don't know. Yeah. Well, don't know. Stick with me, please. So let's go back to the country. No, global market. Now, that's what I was talking about. I lose my place on rambling. Global market's expected to reach $57 billion by 2027. $57 billion. Wait. Bob, you just told me $2.2 billion by 2020. Yeah. By 2027, the global market is expected to be $57 billion. I hate to tell you, that's a whole lot of cake, as we say. But what's really interesting is that represents the millions of people who will have the potential to change the quality of their lives once they're introduced to Nexel. And how's that going to happen? It's going to happen through our influence. We're not alone. But we have got the capacity, the willingness, the zeal to be able to go out and tell a whole lot of people. What percentage of $57 billion on the planet do you think we ought to go for? And we're not talking all about the money. You do what you want to do with your wealth. It's a heck of a lot easier to be wealthy than it is to be broke. I've been at both, and I like being comfortable. So let's go there. Come on. The United States, by the way, so they demonized it and all those other characters. They were out doing their game. Follow the money, follow the influence. That's what happens. History never changes. But the United States is just beginning to embrace the health benefits of cannabidiol. And how do we know that? Because the FDA recently approved Epidiolex. And Epidiolex is the first CBD product that's been approved for the use in treating epilepsy, specifically one strain of epilepsy called Dravet's disease. In my understanding, I haven't researched it, but what little I do understand is that it's a vicious, vicious disease. The seizures are unbearable. And now they're prescribing CBD. Why? Because that strain of epilepsy is highly resistant to most of the pharmaceutical products that are out there. So somebody was smart enough, well, maybe we ought to check this out. Now, ask yourself the question, if the FDA has finally approved CBD for epilepsy, don't you think that it's just a matter of time that something else is going to be included and the next thing that's included? And the common cold or a cold sore or a pain in your neck or your old arthritic pain in your knees from bad tennis and golf and recklessness like I have, there's a way to do that. And the country, the government is going to say, we were wrong. They're going to swallow a bunch of crow. But it's just a matter of time. What we have to do while the window of opportunity is open is start to talk to friends, family, people we know, and people we come to know, and just ask them if they've had their CBD today. It's a beautiful thing. So why am I excited? What's the driver behind this whole acceptance? It's real simple, my friends. CBD works. It works. And you're not going to know until you become a product of the product. So tell everybody in your family, hey, don't listen to me. Try this. And if it doesn't work, then you can chuckle at it. It'll work. That's why everybody's out there. And they're trying their best. There are so many opportunities out there to buy CBD. That's a big term. It's like water, okay? Some of it is worthless. Let's talk a little bit about that as well. Oh, by the way, so what's our mission? Let me remind you about what the mission is. It's to spread the word and increase the awareness of this powerful solution. And Nextel will pay you handsomely to do that. You're not going to be a millionaire tomorrow. Come on. You might not be a millionaire next year. But I'll tell you what, there's some people on this call, and there are people that we don't even know yet that are going to make that kind of money before that window slams shut. How are we going to do it? We're going to tell people. That's the business model that we use. Okay, let's talk about the product. Nextel offers 3 signature products. Tincture, put it under your tongue. You can rub it on your skin as well. Gel caps, I take 1 or 2 in the morning. We got a soothing topical salve. All our water is soluble. They're pure, and they're free. They're free of what? You got to pay for them. They're THC free, and THC not to be confused with any of the other drugs out there. That comes from cannabis. It's one of 113 cannabinoids that exist in cannabis. One, and they demonized the whole thing just because of that. We don't have any THC in our product. Our supplier, by the way, is the largest hemp grower and the processor in the country. And they use a patent-pending nano-emulsion technology, and they're pretty proud of the fact that we've got a 50% absorption rate. The more and the quicker you absorb something into your system, the better off it is. That's really outstanding when you compare it to the 10% absorption rate of all the liposomal processes that are out there. You don't want that. And it's out on the market, and they're trying to compete with us. Incredibly, by the way, those who are competing with us, 85% of the other CBD processors use that method. So I know there's a bunch of people in that 15% that are left. There is still no product better than ours. None. And if you can't step up to the plate and tell somebody that, well, then go home. I'm just fired up about the fact that this is all coming together. We're at the point where we got to start talking to people, and we got to keep it simple. That's Steve's motto, and it's mine too. I'm one of his proteges. By the way, I've known Steve for 25 years, and I was in the Excel thing. I laughed at the president. Well, I didn't laugh at it. I smirked because I was arrogant. And I said, these people are going to jail. This is a pyramid scheme. They're selling long distance. Oh, my God. I joined the company 2 days later. And, yeah, let's just say within 6 years. It was awesome. A lot of people made a whole lot of money. And I've got more friends, people that I know, and that experience taught me an awful lot. We're going to do it again. All right, so we covered Nextel and the products. That's enough about that. We're going to spend a little time on what's in it for you financially. Come on, let's make a buck. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the love of money that coops everybody up. A bunch of money can help a lot of people. Nextel's compensation plan will help you because it's exceptional. Business model is relationship marketing. We deal with people that we have a relationship, whether it's today we met them or we've known them all of our lives. But it's also referral marketing. It's something that we've been doing all of our lives, but we've never been paid to do it. You tell somebody about a good movie, a good restaurant, a fabulous mechanic, a business opportunity, whatever it is. More often than not, you're out there just yakking away saying, oh, my God, you got to go here and have this steak. It's phenomenal. Nobody pays you for that. Nextel will pay you to tell people how wonderful Nextel is. You're already doing it. Come on, let's make a buck. All right, so let's go back to relationship and referral marketing just for 1 minute. It's based upon the power of a lot of people doing just a little bit of work. Let me say it again. A lot of people doing just a little bit of work. I love that sound. I don't want to do all that work myself. And I love you, and I know you don't want to do all that work yourself. So it should be incumbent upon each of us to spread the responsibility. J. Paul Getty said it best, I'd rather have 1% each effort from each of 100 people than 100% of my own. And he did okay. You know? And I think about that wisdom. That's what we're doing. So it's based upon a lot of people doing a lot of work. I mean, a little bit of work. Nothing happens until you've got a few customers. We don't spend any money because you look good, or you live in a certain neighborhood, or you got a pretty smile. Okay, we don't do that. Nothing happens in this business until we gather customers. And as a managing representative, there's a few ways to do it. You can register 3 customers, online. Friends or family people, and you encourage them to purchase the Welcome Essentials for $30. Those are 2 5-day samples for a husband or wife, or a couple people in the family, or 10 days for one person. But anyway, it's $30 stinking. Hey, Uncle Louie, how's your back? It's killing me. Okay, would you be willing to spend $30 to try a product? No, I'm not. I hope you back feels better, Uncle Louie. $30 is nothing. You blow it on a bad lunch. All right. So what we do is we get the Welcome Essentials and into their hands, and that product each time we do that, it's worth a customer point. So we don't need all these people, all these bodies, all these humans. We gather customer points. Each product we have is worth a customer point. Now let's put some math behind it. Second way that we gather customers is we put our mind in a good frame. We call that a good frame of mind. Yuck, yuck. Nextel is going to pay you $100 for 3 $30 transactions. Well, wait a minute. Nextel takes in 3 times 30 is 90, and Nextel is going to pay you $100 to do that. I like that percentage of commission. I wish I could do that selling Ferraris or something. Selling for $325,000, they'll pay me $400,000. I want you to start to think about the math here. How does it happen? It's based upon leverage. A lot of people are doing just a little bit of work. So once you get $100, as a sponsor, or you generate $100 for your sponsor, there's another $140 that go out to others, including you, as you build your organization by helping other people that you love and care about. Simply, once again, leveraging your efforts will create financial security over time. I know, I've done that. So Steve and a bunch of us on the call. Another thing you can do is you can introduce these friends that you know to be customers, and at some point, like today, the first order that you put in, we give you a 20% discount, and then the following month, if you buy that, they're going to see that the price went up, and you're going to say, "Oh, this is price sensitive. Did you buy it for the price?" No, I bought it because it works. Are you interested in buying it at the lowest possible price? Yes, I am. Become a managing representative, and you can buy up to 4 of them at the lowest possible price. Doesn't that make sense? Buy low and sell high, or buy low and take it yourself. Find people who need it. Okay, this pattern continues. If people are hurting, we can help them. If people are unhappy with their jobs, if they're broke, if they're unemployed, some of the hungriest people on the planet become icons in industry. I don't know who all these people are. I've always tried to do it. I do. The fact of the matter is, when people get hungry and they understand what opportunity is, they go out there and they change their lives. Oh, by the way, while you're working on changing your life, each time you go out and accomplish a few requirements, you're going to get promoted to a higher position. And Nextel doesn't go, "Oh, congratulations, I'll buy you lunch." No, you get a raise and you make money, more money, and it continues. All right, I'm almost done. I was fired up today. I was spending some time on an issue. It's got to do with this, but fact of the matter is, when you're communicating with people, just understand the good news and the bad news about what we do. The good news is we're in the people business, and there are lots of us, and everybody hurts, and everybody needs money, and oh my God, we're in the people business. Let's just talk to them. The bad news is we're in the people business. Everybody doesn't get it. Everybody doesn't understand. There's a lot of paranoia. There's a lot of skepticism. There are people that look you in the eye and tell you they're going to set the world on fire, and those are the duds. We don't know the duds from the studs. People that we don't even know yet will be the leaders in this space. And for our first year, we've been kicking butt, dealing with it, blazing the trail. We've all kinds of things that have been, hey, you remember the suffragettes? They got the women to vote. You remember all the racial equality. Those Americans have got the ability to vote. They walked into the University of Mississippi. Everything has changed. You think for 1 minute that just because we all want to get wealthy in the health and wellness space that we're not going to deal with challenges? Holy moly, every time something goes wrong, use it as a lesson. So in the future, we don't repeat the bad history. And we go out there and say, we've been there. We understand that. I was there in the beginning when people thought that CBD was arsenic. And that sounds like a joke, but we'll be able to tell stories like that. Well, I remember I went 3 months, and I think I made $110, or 9 months, and I made, $1,000. Well, that'll be really cool to say when you're making $20,000 or $30,000 a month. We got to get our butts in gear. I'm fired up. Let's go. So here's the deal. Ask yourself a few questions. You know 3 people who are in pain? All right? You know 3 people that are in pain? You know anybody that's suffering from arthritis? You know anybody who can't sleep? You know anybody that's anxious or depressed? Call me. I'm one. Come on. And I know I'm talking to people on the phone that have this. We got to tell them about Nextel CBD. So tonight, my friends, we started with the problem. People are sick. Some of them are dying. 115 a day, for God's sakes. We offered a solution, CBD and financial freedom. That's another one. when you got money, you can help an awful lot of people. Our presentation was a brief overview of Nextel tonight. Again, I'm Bob Dorsey. You're going to be hearing from me. I'm around here. I just plan on being a bit of a fixture because I believe in where we are. $300 to join the business. $299.97 costs $14.97 a month. I give everybody this lecture, and I'm almost done. I don't mean the lecture. Quit asking the question, how much does it cost? This business doesn't cost you anything. There's an entry fee to play. There's an entry fee that we like to see because it shows a little bit of commitment. Remember this when you're talking to everybody who wants to do something for free. Rarely are you successful if you don't have any skin in the game. $300 you've blown on bad lunches and bad dinners and foolish mistakes. I know. I still do it. Costs you $300 to play in a space where you can make a fortune. $14.97 a month. If you do what we tell you, and we're not telling you anything, we only share what we know. That's what we do as leaders. We attract people. You get 3 people into the business who gather 3 customers, you're going to get $100 back, for God's sake. 3 of those, you're even in the business. $14.97, you're going to make every month in commissions based upon the people who are buying 3 products. We'll talk about that some other day. I got so many ways to make money, so many ways to talk to people, so many ways to convince you that this is the right thing to do, that I'm overwhelmed myself. But too much information tires people, especially at 9:35 on a Thursday. So, you know about our company and our products. You know that I'm fired up, and Steve is, and the whole team is fired up about the opportunity to set itself free. It's your turn to make a decision. Are you going to join us on this path to wealth and wellness, or are you going to pass? You may do either. Second question is if we can help you get started. Coach you to your first couple of promotions. Can you think of any reason why you shouldn't do this? It baffles me when somebody says, "Yeah, I think of a reason." Yes, it's usually something ridiculous. Let me help you with that, okay? I want to thank you all for your attention and your interest. Give it the person who invited you tonight. Have your questions answered. I'm sure I'm a little sketchy. That's okay. That's the way I'm. Half an hour with you. Join us now. We're going to help you get started. I look forward to having you with us. I was blessed today. May you be blessed as well. Before I say goodnight, my friends, which I just said, each of you has received a email and or text. Probably got it yesterday. And a heartfelt explanation of some of what entrepreneurs have to endure in a system that is as confused as our customers may be. Some of the challenges that come with building a dynasty, it's like winning a war. There's like collateral damage. It's not pretty. It's like necessary. That was a heartfelt. Let me say that again. That was a heartfelt explanation of some challenges. If your perspective is as clear as mine, you say that must have been tough. Yeah, but it's over. And I am convinced that as we go into the fall here, it's getting tight. I want you to tell the story about some of the things that happened when you were explaining CBD or the comp plan or whatever the heck else you were dealing with next year. You'll be proud to be able to tell the story because the benefits are going to be outrageous. Hey, I love y'all. Y'all know that. That's why I'm on here Tuesday and Thursday. Pretty soon you're going to hear some recordings. They're floating around. I think the technology's got to get hooked up. But once again, I appreciate your attention and your support. Makes me feel good. 18 minutes from now, I'm turning out the lights and I'm going to bed. You ought to do that too. Of course, I'm on the East Coast. Good night, everybody.